Hello everyone, welcome to the second part of my GameMaker Sonic tutorial series. And in this part we will be fixing some stuff that was wrong with part 1, just minor things, nothing too much. And we will add ducking and rolling. You're probably already familiar with how rolling and ducking works in the Sonic series, so I won't be saying much about that. Instead, let's just get right to it. And first of all, we will of course add sprite Sonic duck. And you can find the link for the sprites in the description of the previous video. It's just the same sprite sheet. So yeah, this is the ducking sprite. And let's say the X will be 7 will probably do. And as always, 34 minus 16 equals 18. And we will also need another mask. So this one is for a regular collision, like when the player is walking, standing or something like that, but when you are ducking you need a smaller mask. So we'll add that. And it will be, well, let's say same as Sonic jump. Sprite Sonic duck mask. And the same as last time, just color this entire thing black. And I think that's it. Just, well, no, let's just do left 5, right 25, top 7, or well, maybe 8. Alright, just something like that. And the rolling sprite is just the same as the jumping sprite, so that's pretty easy. Now we have covered the sprites, let's just go to the objects. Here the first thing we want to fix from part 1 is that in real Sonic games, at least the classic series, when Sonic jumps off a platform, he doesn't go into the spin jump animation, but he will just use the animation he is currently in. So he can be walking in the air, it seems. It's hard to explain, but I hope you get what I mean. So here we will just else if sprite Sonic sprite index equals sprite Sonic jump, just remove this and let this just be as it is here. And for the jumping we will add sprite index equals sprite Sonic jump. Alright, so that should be fixed now. And yeah, we need to fix one more thing as opposed to part 1, because in real Sonic games you don't de-accelerate when you're in the air, and here it will de-accelerate no matter what. But that's obviously not what we want. So here we'll add if ground equals true, then this will happen. So if we are not on the ground, we won't de-accelerate. Yeah, however, that kinda gets in the way with this code, so here 2 1 plus ground. So basically when ground is true, this will be 1. So if we are on the ground, we will accelerate twice as fast, because we also have deceleration. But when we are not on ground, ground here is 0. So it will just be times 1, so it won't really be any different for the player. Now that we've had that, let's add ducking. Here, ducking equals false and rolling equals false, because when the object is created, we don't want to be ducking or rolling yet. That should be executed on command. Here, ducking. If global.val equals 0, because we only want to duck when we stand still. If we don't stand still, we want to roll. Right, so global.val equals 0, and then ground equals true. So if we are on the ground, and ducking is false. Ducking is true. Sprite index equals, well, sprite sonic duck. Mask index equals sprite sonic duck mask. So here, if ducking equals true, so if we are ducking, the mask will always be sprite sonic duck mask, no matter what. And the sprite index equals sprite sonic duck. We might as well just delete this, since it's basically the same. So now there's a tricky part, because when we look at the animation for the ducking here, we only want it to be executed once, because else it will look something like this, and that's not really what we want, is it? So here, if we are going to duck, image index equals 0, so it will go to the first frame of the animation, and then here under ducking is true. If image index equals 0, image speed equals 0.1 else. So if we're in the second frame, which is the frame we want it to be constant at, image speed equals 0. And yeah, else, so if we are not ducking, mask index equals sprite sonic mask. So if rolling equals false, but because when we are rolling, we will get to that later, but when we are rolling, we also want to have the duck mask, because you are smaller. And not the... well, no, let's just say something like this. This is the roll mask. And yeah, let's see what this is. Free, so alright, 23 there. We also wanted this to be 23 wide. Yeah, how are we gonna do this? We need to subtract 8, so 4 from the left, and here will be 26, because 30 minus 4 is 26. Here at the top it will just be 0. Alright, it's a roll mask, and duck mask will be this sprite sonic duck mask. Delete this one. Here, transform, crop, and border size 0. And then just color this thing here black. Alright. Else rolling is true, something here will happen. Else mask index is sprite sonic mask here. Mask index equals sprite sonic roll mask. And obviously sprite index equals sprite sonic roll. Sprite sonic jump, sorry, because that's just the same. So here we have handle sprites, but we don't want this to be true or executed when we are ducking. So, and ducking equals false and rolling equals false, because it also won't apply when we are rolling. Alright, so I think the ducking is done. Yeah, let's just get to the rolling. Here, else. So rolling. Else, if global fell is not equal to. Oh wait, by the way, here we also want to check the down button. So keyboard check VK down. Else if global.val is not equal to 0 and ground equals true. Here we also want to check rolling, and rolling equals false. Here and ducking equals false, and rolling equals false. And keyboard check VK down. Here rolling equals true, and I guess that's it. There's not much there actually. So we also want to check, so if ducking, so to unduck. I'm not sure if that's a word, but you get what I mean. Ducking equals true and not keyboard check VK down. I misspelled keyboard here. And ducking equals false. So when we let go of the button and we are ducking, ducking is false. And when we are not on the ground, so if we are in the air, we also don't want to duck. Here, rolling equals true and ground equals false, or so if we are in the air we don't want to be rolling, and because we will just go to the jumping animation like in real Sonic games, and ground equals false, and let's say global.val equals 0, because we don't, if we are standing still while rolling, we don't want to be rolling anymore. Instead we should be ducking. So here rolling equals false. Now as for the deceleration, which is here, we want it to be twice as slow when we are rolling. Also here we will check and can move equals true. Here too, can move equals true. Basically, when can move is false, we lock movement, so the player can't move anymore. And when ducking and rolling, we do just that. And here can move is true again, because when we let go of the button or simply go out of this state ducking or rolling, we want to be able to move again. Here, ducking equals true, can move equals false, and rolling equals true, can move equals false. But as for the deacceleration, we still want it to happen, but let's say for the rolling we want the deacceleration to be twice as small, so that we can get further. So here, acceleration divided by rolling plus 1. So if rolling equals false, this will be 0, so it will be divided by 1, which is just the same as the acceleration. However, when rolling is true, this will be 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2, so it will be the acceleration divided by 2. So it will be twice as slow. And here the same. Well, let's just test. I'm not sure if everything works fine right now, but we can just test. That doesn't. Well, that seems to be working fine, rolling. I like it. So we can still jump. And this is a problem. So when we collide with a ceiling, we won't have the spin jump animation anymore. That's not really great. Anyway, I also want to fix this ducking. So first let's just try to fix the ducking glitch, like the sprite. Yeah, Game Maker's pretty dumb at handling frames. It doesn't round the frames, it just, for example, says 0.10. So instead we want to check if image index is smaller than 1. And as for the ceiling glitch, well, let's see where it is. Here. This vertical speed can also be negative, so here when it is negative it will just check for the ceiling as well and thinks we are on the ground. So we want to check if vertical speed is greater or equal to 0. Also, one more thing, as opposed to part 1, sorry, not as opposed to part 1, it's just a bug that was pretty much introduced in this one. Yeah, when we are trying to go the other direction while moving on ground is actually faster than in the air, and we don't really want that. So instead we will have this. If glow.vel is greater than 0 and ground equals false, let's see, glow.vel minus equals acceleration. Just copy it and paste it here, but change this to smaller than and this plus equals. So let's see if everything is fixed now. how the acceleration works, the docking works, and the sealing works. But I don't think this is supposed to happen. Yeah, that's not supposed to happen. So here we will add a little thing called docking animation in the air fix. So which will fix this docking animation while jumping thing. If ground equals false and sprite index equals sprite sonic dock, sprite index equals sprite sonic jump. That's all there is to it. I hope. Oh, yeah. Works fine. Well, I think this is pretty much bugless. I don't see any more problems. So I think this part is pretty much finished. If you have any suggestions or you really want to see something covered in this tutorial series, or the Mario tutorial series, or the Minecraft tutorial series, something like that, just be sure to leave it in the comments. And if enough people want it, I will cover it. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you next time.